All right, folks, got a treat for you here. Connecticut kid from Wallingford, Connecticut, Lukas Fracasso-Verner versus the Kaiser, Ralf Souquet. Probably one of the greatest European players to ever play the game. Lukas is going to win the leg. Ralf Souquet, 17 times he's appeared in the Mosconi Cup. He's a 7-time Mosconi Cup champion. He's a 9-time European 8-ball champion. Also won a U.S. Open in 2002. A Derby City Classic 9-ball. 2006, he was a Billiard Digest Player of the Year. I believe he's a 2-time Whirlpool Masters champion. He's also a 2-time world champion. Once for 8-ball in 2008, once for 9-ball in 1996. Ralph is 56 years old. Lukas, on the other hand, 22 years old. I'm sorry, 24. 24, I apologize. 754 Fargo. Lukas has been doing very well. Past year and a half, playing on a Matchroom Tour. One on the side. Lukas last year, with a series of Pro and Pro-Am events, he finished second on the Joss Tour in the 11th and 12th tour stops. Finished second in the McDermott Classic 1 pocket. Last year in this event, he came in 7th. Was 5th in the rally in the Shenandoah Valley Matchroom event. He won the Buffalo's Pro Classic 9-ball. Second in the Seattle Open. Came in 9th in my event, the Pennsylvania Open. Lukas is having a pretty strong year. I don't see any good shot for Lukas here. I'd like to see him roll this cue ball off the left side rail and get close to the 7. Forcing Ralph to either kick at the bottom rail or maybe even jump over the 7. So Lukas does leave the cue behind the 7. Ralph can sort of kick and stick this 2-ball. He can hit off the bottom rail. A little bit of side spin and kick this ball to the right side, off the right side rail. A funny story involving Ralph. So last week I was running the McDermott Open. That was the Matchroom event at Yale Billiards up in Wallingford, Connecticut. And in the first round, there were some young people there. First day. First round, they were calling matches, and somebody asked me if I know what table. I forget who the gentleman who was playing Ralph the first round. I said, yeah, they're over on that table. He goes, yeah, I think he's playing a guy named Ralf Souquet. And I started laughing. I looked at him. I said, young man, you better put some respect on Mr. Souquet's name. I proceeded to basically rattle off everything that Ralph has done in his career. Show him his Wikipedia page, and about 10 minutes later he came up to me and goes, oh my god, this guy's like a legend. I said, he's absolutely a legend. I said, you should definitely educate yourself on some of the great European players. Basically for the entire weekend, every time that Ralph shot, that young man was sitting at the rail watching him. Told Ralph the story, he kind of laughed at it. He says, yeah, sometimes people call me Socket, Soak It, lots of different names. He started laughing. All right, Lukas makes a good hit on the 2-ball. Let's get back to commentating this action. Ralph's got a good chance here. 4. He's probably going to have to play the 2 into the top right pocket. Play 2 rails on the 3 to get to the 4 on the side. Ralph can also just come 1 rail, a little bit of draw, come right down the center of the table. Gonna hit a little bit of spin, come out 2 rails. Oh, we hit a little fat. All right, so Ralf misses that shot. A little uncharacteristic for him. Look to tighten that up a little bit later in this match. Lukas with an opportunity on the 3. Lukas is a shot maker. He doesn't mind taking a long shot, long cut shot. He doesn't play unnecessary shots, but he's also not afraid to put the skill on the line and take a good shot at it. Remember, folks, this is all ball fouls. After this rack, we'll go over the rules. Meantime, it is all ball fouls. Any contact with any object ball, because the stick even grazing that 5 that he's so close to, be a ball in hand. Lucas attempted to play safe, but leaves a 3 close to the pocket for Ralf. Ralf, a very methodical player. Some people will like to say he's a little slow. I prefer to use methodical. Ralf is a cerebral type assassin type player. He'll definitely beat you with knowledge and safety. Has a possible 4-6 combination. The Aramith set that we are playing with. That's the pink 4 ball. Ralf really looking at this. I'm sorry, that's the 8 ball, not the 6 ball. Looking at the 4 into the 8. Could get a good rut ball for this and play the 4-9 possibly. Doesn't come out enough with the cue ball. This is a workable shot with the carom, though. He can carom off. Would be his right side, our left side of the 4. Sending the 4 up table and sending the cue towards the 9. Ralf looking to play right off the edge. It's a little fat. Moves the 9 out of the pocket. Lucas could have a bank. He could also play almost like a Z shot safety. Lucas looking to put the cue all up behind the 9. That's a great shot. Definitely put Ralf in jail on that one. Ralf's going to have to use some running English here, running left-hand English. Try to hit. He's going to open his angle off the first rail. He's going to try to hit a little bit past the first diamond. And then maybe come into the backside. The 4 ball off the 3rd rail. Could go into it full, but looking like he's going to come off the top rail. Makes contact. Cue ball hits a rail. Good hit. Right, back out to Lukas. A little bit of a long shot on the 5. Lukas just waiting for the player behind him to take his shot, and then he'll come up to the table. All right, Lukas is ready to go. We'll play this 5 down to the bottom left. Gonna come off the bottom rail, come up. He wants to have an angle on the 6. Doesn't want to be straight. Anything basically to the left side of the 6 will be okay. All right, he's a good angle from there. Probably won't need the rail. He can probably just draw straight backwards. About 2 feet, 3 feet if he's feeling pretty good with his stroke. It's out to the 7 ball. Right, Lukas plays the 7 in. He's got the 9 into the same pocket. And we got 1-0 on the score. Ralph's break. Go to those rules real quick. We're in stage 2 of this event. This was a 2-stage event. First event was double elimination. Narrowed it down to 16 for the single elimination stage 2. There's a race to 10 for each match. Playing a matchroom rankings event, so it does have the WNT break box. There's a rack your own format. It is alternate break and all ball fouls. Back to the action here. Get that score updated for you. Also, Ralph trailing 1-0. It's his break. Going into rack number 2. Ralph breaking from the right side of the table. Keep an eye on that 1 ball on the right side. 1 ball down. 6 over. Doesn't go in. 2's going to dress up in a good situation now. Ralph should be able to play this 2. Float the cue ball to the left for the 3 in the bottom corner. single for Ralph. He'll play the 3, looking to draw up for the 4 to the top right. Ralph uses a high English instead. Powers the cue off the bottom rail. Finesses the cue ball off the right rail, right in between that 9 and 6. He's got the 5 into the bottom corner. Put a little bit of a left-hand spin come off that side rail. Going to get on the 6 to the bottom left. Gets there perfectly. Looking at the 8 ball. From here, I would assume he has any option he wants. He can play the 7 in the corner, spin 1 rail for the 8 into the side. Also, if he overshoots it, he can play the 8 to the either top corners. Ralph's a craftsman. He knows what he's doing. Gets himself right to the 8 ball in the side pocket. He's going to roll this forward. Come to the left side rail. Use that as a breaker. And he's just going to hit it and kind of slow down. Ralph's going to play this 9 to the bottom right corner, and he's going to tie it up 1-1. All right, we have 1-1 on the score. Mr. Ralf Souquet, Lukas Fracasso-Verner.
Universal Cues, a legacy of excellence. Since 1967, we've redefined billiard cue craftsmanship, growing from a small workshop to the world's largest cue manufacturing facility. With vacuum-dried North American maple, advanced laminated shafts, and precision-engineered components, every cue delivers unmatched quality. Blending technology and elegance, from concept to design, from launch to achieving legend, Universal Cues leading the way.
All right, we're going into rack number 3. Score is tied up 1-1. Behind 1 in the left side. 2 and 7 at the bottom corners. 1 goes down. Lucas going to need that cue to roll. It does not roll. 5 balls in the way. Lucas could go into it coming off the right side rail. He He's just going to play the 4. I'm sorry, the 5 and roll it forward. Forcing Ralph to either give it back or play the kick off the rail. He's giving it back to Lukas. Lukas going over top. Going into this 2-ball full. Plays a 2 into the corner. It's a beautiful jump shot. Do not have an instant replay option on this table. Mr. Souquet does not protest, so good hit. We'll move forward. Lukas out to the 4. He's going to want to try to get on this 5 on the side if he can. And he does. And he's coming 1 rail out for the 6. 6 into the 9 for the combination. We got 2-1 on the score here. Lukas Fracasso-Verner over Ralf Souquet.
Hey guys, check out integritycues.com, offering high-end cues, production cues, pre-owned cues, cases, and accessories. integritycues.com.
All right, rack number 4. Ralph the break. He's trailing 2-1. One ball on the side. Watch the cue. Back and forth. 5 ball down. Ralph's got a nice opening rack. Opening start to this rack here. It's 2 in the corner. 3's waiting for him at the top. Ralph rolls the cue over for the 3. Not the 3 to the top right. Let the cue ball come to the top rail, come down for the 4. Ralph rolls down. He's got the 4 into the corner. A couple different angles he can take here. He can just draw the cue backwards up towards the 7 or even to the side. He'll play the 6 in. Ralph over for the 7. I'll play the 7 in the corner. He could just let the cue ball roll forward a few inches and play the 8 to the bottom right. He could also just play it in and draw it back a few inches and play the 8 to the side. So he's going to play the 8 to the side. Always like to point out different outcomes for a shot to some players so they can kind of see how the ball is being played. Different options. Every player shoots balls differently, especially on runouts. Speaking of runouts, Ralph's going to get out here. Make this score 2-2.
Hey everyone, so if you love pool, then you need to check out PA Pro-Am Pool on YouTube. Like and subscribe now.
Rack 5, Lukas to break. Score's tied up 2-2. One to the side. Q hits off the 2 ball. 9 holds. And Lukas is going to have a shot at the 2 to the top left corner. Oh, Lukas misses the 2. Wish he had that one back. 2 lands a little bit of a tough spot for Ralph. He could have the 2 into the 7. Ralph could also play safe. Ralph taking a look here at this 2-7 combo. Could also possibly play the 2 off the 5 and carry it in. See it as being a much tougher shot because he's not going to, shouldn't get any position on the 3. So it might be just a safety play. He carries the 2 off the 6. Or sorry, the Q off the 6. Using the 7 as a blocker. Lucas attempts to spin this 2 ball in, does not work. Sits in the pocket. Ralph has a good starting shot. attempts to cut the 3. Going to push the cue ball back down to the bottom of the table. Folks, if you excuse me 1 second, I have to step away. I'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm back. Ralph on the 3 ball. Gonna play the 3 in the bottom corner. Gonna stun the cue ball. 2 rails, bottom rail, side rail going in between. That's 6, 7. Coming back around for the 4. Ralph with a semi-punch off the left rail. Out for the 5 ball. Two trains of thought here. He can play a little bit of inside English and try to run into the 9-8. Or he can come out 4 rails. Bottom rail, side rail, top rail. Ralph's going to try to run into it. Ooh, just misses the 8 ball. Could hurt him a little bit. Leave himself a good angle for the 7. He can run the cue ball back into the rail and open up the balls where he can just run it in there slightly. Kind of leave the cue ball right where the 6 is now. Play the 8 to the top corner. The 8 must go to the bottom left corner then if Ralph played the soft shot to give himself the natural angle off the 7. Ball must certainly go then if Ralph sets up for it. Well, the 8 into the corner. He's going to have the 9 on the opposite corner. Looks like Ralph's going to take a 3-2 lead. That will be his break also. rack number 6. One ball on the side, 2 balls kicked by the cue, which stops the cue right almost in the center of the table. Gives Ralf a really good starting shot. All right, cue back across for the 3. Ralph's got a slight angle to play the 3 in. Pull the cue ball back. Might even catch that left rail. Just rides up close to it. We'll have the 4 to the top right corner. Cue ball down for the 5. For Ralf to stun 2 rails, bottom rail, side rail, coming between the 8-7. Could also just go a little bit of high English inside. I like the stun better here. Souquet agrees with me. Cue ball maneuvering right out to the 6. Play the 6 to the bottom right corner. Just going to hold for that 7 in the side pocket. Right. Kaiser's firing on all cylinders. Play this 8 to the corner. Draw back a few inches for the 9 on the bottom opposite corner. All right, we have 4-2 Ralf Souquet over Lukas Fracasso-Verner. Back here at rack number 7. Lukas to break. Lucas makes a 1 on the side. I have a thin cut on the 2, but it's very makeable. The bottom left corner. Cue ball's out 2 rails for Lucas on the 3 in the top left corner. He's on the left side rail. He's going to have to sort of jack up a little bit. That ball very well. On the 4 to the top right. I'm out 2 rails for the 5. Just going to spin the cue to the right side. Let the 6 right up to the corner because he has a 7 on the bottom right just waiting for him. Like how Lucas used the right side rail to slow the cue down. Right, comes out for the 9. Play the 9 in the bottom right. We're looking at 4-3. Ralf Souquet over Lukas Fracasso-Verner.
I'm Skylar Woodward. I'm the 2024 Pennsylvania Open champion, and you're watching PA Pro-Am Pool.
All right, rack number 8. Ralph the break. He's got a 1-game lead, 4-3 over Lucas. One ball on the side. Cue back and forth. 2's rolling. Ralph's got a clear shot on it. Two down, cue. Backwards up the table for the 3 in the top left. I believe Ralph will come out 2 rails on this. With high English. He could also use a little bit of low. Punch it off the left side rail, which is specifically, so it might even just draw it straight backwards. No rail needed. All right, 2 rails out for the 5. Ralph's going to look to be center of the table, probably 3rd diamond down from the top rail. Gives him a good angle to make the 6 and come back for the 7. Got a thin angle on the 7. He should be okay. Just play it in pocket speed. Cue ball's going to go back and forth. You might even put a little extra juice on it. Come 3. Left side rail, right side rail, back out off the left. You might not need it, though, depending on how thin he cuts the ball. We'll use that 3rd rail. A lot of different players play this shot differently. They play it into the side using the left side rail and the top rail to come down. Some draw the ball to the 3rd diamond on the right side. Some draw it inside to the 1st diamond. More of a dealer's choice type shot. Ralph uses the 2 rail method that comes down for the 9. Lines himself up perfectly. He's going to take another 2-game lead. 5-3 in a race to 10. All right, rack number 9. Lukas trailing 5-3. His break. Lukas needs to break and get out here. Oh, 9 moving. Good break by Lukas. 3 balls down. Good shot on the 2. Play the 2 in, come out 3 rails for the 3 ball. Got to get that cue move a little bit more. Okay, angle. Comes down for the 5. Play the 5, the 7, and the 9 all in the same pocket. And we got 5-4. Ralf Souquet over Lukas Fracasso-Verner. Rack number 10, Ralph in the lead. 5-4, his break. One ball down. Good shot on the 2. Both these players putting on a clinic on the break. Ralph plays the 2 in, draws right back up for the 3 ball. Beautiful shot. A little close to that 6. He's got a good angle on the 4. Ralph out to the 6 ball. Playing the 6 in the top right pocket. He's just going to punch off the right side rail. Ralph having to adjust a little bit on this shot. Oh, Ralph misses it. It was a tough shot. He had to lean a little bit. This is Lucas's chance to tie this game up 5-5. Oh, Lucas misses it too. And if he made it, he got pretty bad on the 7. He wouldn't have had a great shot. Ralph might be going for the long 6. Just playing with what he has right after the shot. There's 9 a little bit. Ralph really looking into this one. It's not the simplest of shots. Making the ball and getting position. It's a rub off the 9. Unfortunate. Played a hell of a shot for the 6 to the corner, but gets an unfortunate rub off the 9. And Lukas is going to have a chance to tie it up. All right, we have 5-5 on the score. Lukas and Ralph.
Hello, PA program is number 1.
Rack number 11. Lukas the break. Scores tied up. He's got a chance to take the lead here. All right, 1 ball in the side pocket. 2 dresses up for Lukas in the top corner. Doesn't get the rub he wants off the 8. He's going to have to back cut the 3 into the side. Cue ball's going to get a little loose on him. Off the 8, gets a little bump off the 6. Sorry, comes off the 3, gets a little bump off the 6. Lucas plays the safe and kicks the 4 up table. Ralf going to come off the left side rail looking to kick the 4 in, or make, if anything, at least good contact with the 4. A little bit of running English right before first diamond. Ralf cuts it good. It does not go in though. To the corner coming, I'm sorry, 5 to the corner. Also killed me. I'll play the 6 to the bottom corner, come up, 1 rail for the 7. Bump the 8 a little bit. It'll work out for him. He'll be able to play the 7, come off the rail, or just draw straight back depending on how he feels. Alright, looks like Lucas is going to take the lead 6 to 5 over Ralf Souquet. Alright, 6-5, Lukas Fracasso-Verner. Ralph's break. All right, rack number 12. Ralf Souquet to break. He's trailing 6 to 5. Wow, Ralf made 3 on that break. Unfortunate kick from the 9-8 into the 2. Ralf does not have a clear shot at the 2-ball. Ralf looking at maybe catching a point. Trying to spin into it. Tough one. He goes up and down table. He's almost 100% to just leave Lukas a shot. If he can, trying to catch the point on it. He does. He gets the cue ball behind the 9. Nice shot, Mr. Souquet. Comes off the edge, hits the 2. Want to leave Ralf. There is a cut. It's extremely tight. Ralf could also bank it. He could also just play a safe, come off the left side of the 2, try to spin the cue ball 1 rail into the 9 and use the 8 as a blocker. Ralf banks the 2 in, leaves himself perfect for the 4. Gonna have a slight angle. He'll cut the 4, slide the cue over to the right side of the table for the 5. Comes under the 5. We'll play the 5 to the top corner. Have himself lined up right there for the 7. Ralf just bumps the rail a little bit on the way in. Excuse me. Ralf comes back up table for the 8. Got a slight angle on the 8. He might go with it. Play the left side rail, top rail, back down for the 9 in the same pocket. He could also just play left rail, top rail, come down for the 9 in the corner. Could also just have a lot of options here. Could also just have it soft and take the longer shot. Down 2 rails for the 9 to the side. All right, we got 6-6 on the score. Tight matchup here. Game on Sportswear, the official sportswear of PA Pro-Am Pool. Also the official sportswear of the WPBA. Check them out at bfccgameon.com. Pictured here is the matching WPBA jacket and jersey. They also have matching PA Pro-Am jackets and jerseys. Anything for your team. Check them out. Game On Sportswear. All right, rack 13, Lucas the break. Score tied up, 6-6. Makes them one on the side. Q comes out. Two's, that's a slight cut. Slight tough cut, but Lucas should have it. Can play a little inside. Q should run up the table and run into the 3-ball. Lucas decides to play the outside English instead. He's going to have a tougher shot on the 3 now. Lucas plays safe, puts the Q behind the 9. Ralph will be kicking at this one. Ralph going to come in between the 9-7 with a little bit of a backspin on the ball. It's a 3 full. He comes down table. Lucas will have a clear shot at the 3. Lucas hangs the 3-ball. I don't really see Ralph jump, so this could be a tough one for him. As he swerves around the 6-ball. swerves around it perfectly. I don't know what I'm thinking when I say unless. I mean, it's Ralf Souquet. He's definitely going to make the shot. Tries to slow roll the 4. I think that one there required a little speed, actually. I might have questioned Ralf Souquet, but looked like the angle was opening up with the slow roll. Lukas to cut the 4 across. He's got to avoid the left side pocket. Taking a little longer than usual in this one. Tougher shot. Doesn't look like he's liking this one at all. Banks across side, right in between traffic. I like that shot. Zone to the 5. He has to come down right in between the 9 and the rail, or between the 9 and the 7. Comes in between the 9 and the rail. It's going to leave him good on the 6. All right, 7 in the side pocket for Lukas. He's on to the 8. Comes back up. We'll play the 9 in the same pocket. That's 7-6. Lukas, you're in a race to 10 on the 2025 Diamond Billiards Open Nineball Professional Players Championship, live in the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center for the Super Billiards Expo.
How you doing? I'm the freezer, Scott Frost. You're watching PA Pro-Am Pool Tune in now.
Scott Frost and me are going to be calling a big matchup next round. This is the last matchup of the top 16. Next round matchup is Fedor Gorst versus Jason Shaw. All right, rack 14. Ralph to break. Makes the one in the side. Three ball gets a little bit of an unfortunate bump. Ralph does not have a clear shot on the two ball. Ralph going to push out to the right side rail. Lucas looking at it. He's going to be able to play off the top rail. Kick and stick type option. Try to shooting the two ball into the left side rail down table. Holding that cue ball up top. Lucas looking to come off, so when he makes that contact with the two, the cue ball will come back to the right. Two ball to the left. Just wanted to skirt out too far though. He wants to try to keep it around the four. A little too much. Ralph looking to maybe play the two and let the cue roll into that 9-7 and use them as blockers. Ralph rolls it to the bottom, uses the 9 as a blocker. Lucas has a 1 rail or a 2 rail option, depending what he's looking to go for. hit by Lukas. 2 balls going to roll back over, get blocked by the 9-7. I think Ralf has a little bit of it on the way into it. I think he can cut it. He might also just come off the bottom rail. Ralf looking to just catch the edge of the 2, trying to maybe hold him behind the 5. Doesn't get that far. It does hold him behind the 7-9. Just coming up to the table. Lucas could do 2 rails. Bottom rail, side rail, kick the 2 back up table. Lucas going airborne. Attempts to make the 2, does not make it. Q sits on the 8. Ralf does not have a clear shot at the 2. If he does, it's incredibly thin just off the back portion of it. Ralf measuring out 1 rail. Ralf having a referee come over. Watch the hit. Fortunately, he's standing in the way of the shot, so we have to take his word for it on whether or not it's going to bad. Lucas taps the table, so it was a good hit. We continue on. Lucas plays off the edge of the 2, leaves the cue all the way up table.
Safety played by Ralph. Lucas is going to be coming to the table, jumping again. Lucas jumps, hits the edge of the 2. It's going to leave an open shot for Ralph. He'll play the 2 to the corner. Ralph jacking up on the 2 ball. And safe on the 2. Cue ball comes around and hits the 9. I believe Lucas has a clear shot. All right, Lucas approaching the 2. We'll look to tie the cue ball up top. Ralph has about a half ball hit. Ralph plays the carom into the 5. 2 ball gets a little wild. Ralph attempts to bank the 2, does not make it. Leaves Lucas clear on the 2 ball. He's got a little window there between the 8 and the 7. He's just got to play the cue ball forward. Lucas out to the 4 ball. 4 ball's going to be his key shot if he can get between that window there of the 7-9 clear on the 6. He should be out. Gets on the 6 clear. Just misses the 7. Play the 7 to the corner and let the cue ball float. Probably 2 rails to play the 8. Side pocket. Could also go around the 9. Looking at maybe a 3rd rail. Play the 8 in the side pocket. Comes around the 9 to get on the 8. All right, we have 8-6. Lukas Fracasso-Verner. Currently over Ralf Souquet. All right, 8-6 Lukas. Going into rack number 15. Makes the 1 ball on the side. 3's tracking to the side. It's going to fall. Lukas has the 2 up to the top corner. Lukas taking his time on this 2 ball. Important rack for Lukas. If he gets out here, he'll be up 9-6 and on the hill. He took his time on the shot, but then got up and then just kind of fired it. Gonna leave a wide open table for Ralf with no obstacles. Ball down for Ralf. He's in line for the 4. I expect him to clear this rack.
He's got good line on the 5. He can play the 5 into the corner. A 1 rail off for the 6. I have to move the cue a little bit, going from the 7 to the 8 and the 8 back to the 9, but as long as he keeps himself in line, it should be just natural positions. Natural angle for Ralph. Will play the 7. Should come across 2 rails. So I want to play the 8 into the bottom right corner with the cue ball going towards the right rail to come back up for the 9. Ralph back over for the 9 to the top right. And Ralph pockets a 9. We have 8-7 on the score. Ralph trailing by 1. Going into rack number 16. Lucas will get back to the table at least 2 more times. Break. Back 16. Ralph missed the 1 in the side. I believe that's one of the only times he's missed it so far. Been pretty spot on with it. Dry break also. Lucas coming to the table. Lucas. That big decision for Lucas, him trying to get out of the rack or play good safe to get ball in hand. He needs 1 more to be on the hill. Lucas plays the one in. Cue ball's going to roll to the top rail. You should have a good back cut on this, actually. And come around the 8-7. Got to avoid hitting them. Around the 8-7, he's going to catch up on the side and line up perfectly on the 3 ball. It's a great shot by Lucas. He's got himself back in line for the 3. Might see him. Lucas has got a really nice draw stroke. I might see him draw this ball off the bottom rail and spin out for the 4. Might also just go forward with it too. All right, so Lucas sets up for the bank. He's going to let the cue ball go 3 rails. Opts for the safe instead. Try to push up behind the 5. Wow, that's a great shot by Lucas. Really looked like he was setting up for just banking the ball, coming around 3 rails. I've seen him do it. Done it against me a few times, actually. Ralph in a pretty good jail spot here. Ralph's got to really come with a shot, make a good hit. Ralph hits it nice and square too. Sends the 4 up table. It is going to leave Lucas a shot. Lucas can play the 4 into the top left corner, let the cue roll down, play the 5 in the same corner. Plays the sun shot out 2 rails, leaving himself an angle on the 5. Down for the 6. All right, Lucas is going to come off the 6. Lucas is going to draw off the 6. He's got to watch the side pocket. Oh, right into the drink. That's going to be ball in hand for Ralf Souquet. 3 balls on the table. We might have a tie game here in a minute. Ralph going to play the 7 right in the side pocket. All right, 1 rail out in the 8. We're going to have a tie game here in a second, folks. All right, we have 8-8 on the score. All right, rack 17. Lucas to break. Score's tied up 8-8. One in the side. Watch the cue. 2 rolling to the side. Hits the point and dresses up. Lucas has a very runnable rack here. Lucas 1 rail off for the 3 ball. It's on that 4. Ralph could be in trouble this rack. Out. Got the 5 ball, 6 is staring right at him on the other end. Ball out for the 7. He's going to play the 7 into the corner. To get himself a slight angle on the 8. He doesn't want to be dead straight, but he doesn't want to have a real tough angle either. He has a good angle on the 8. He'll play the 8. Just come out. He's got to be careful of this side pocket like last rack. Look for him to make an adjustment. Maybe just come over and take the longer 9 shot. A little juice off that one. So he just plays a 9 from the left end of the table. We're going to have 9-8 Lukas Fracasso-Verner here in a second. We got 9-8 on the score. Lukas on the hill.
Universal Cues, a legacy of excellence. Since 1967, we've redefined billiard cue craftsmanship, growing from a small workshop to the world's largest cue manufacturing facility. With vacuum-dried North American maple, advanced laminated shafts, and precision-engineered components, every cue delivers unmatched quality, blending technology and elegance. From concept to design, from launch to achieving legend, Universal Cues leading the way.
All right, rack number 18. Ralf Souquet trailing 9-8. Lukas is on the hill. Ralf makes the 1 and the 2. Little tough on the 3. I would expect Ralf to play it safe here. I would expect him to play his right side, our left side of the 3. With the 3 backup table and try to put that cue behind that 7-8. Ralf puts the ball all the way up table. Lukas gonna have to get airborne from here, I think. Could play 1 rail. All right, 2 rails from Lukas into the 3 ball. I hit just shy of the first diamond. Ball spins down table behind the 6-4. Now Ralph's going to be kicking. very important shot for Ralph. If he doesn't make a hit on the 3-ball, this could be his tournament life. Oh, Ralph just misses. It goes in the side. Oh, almost goes in the side. All right, Lucas, 7 balls away from going on to the next round. Lucas on to the 4. I'll play the 4 to get good on that 5. Five ball for Lucas. He's going to draw back to play the 6 in the side. Wants to be on the right side of the 6 ball. Gets to the right side. He can just hold right there for the 7. All right, Lucas draws back for the 8. He's got 2 left. Beat the world champion. Former world champion. Ralf Souquet. All right, for the win. Lucas defeats Ralph. He's going to move on to the Elite 8. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to have some more matchups coming up soon. Our next one will be Feder Gorst versus Jason Shaw in the Elite 8. Thank you all for watching. My name is Frank Mialetti, also known as the Key Ball from the Pool Hall from PA Pro-Am Pool. Stay tuned. We'll have more coming up soon. Thanks a lot.